Now that you actually got to see the movie, the premiere, it was last week, as you saw the CG and how they kind of transformed you into the China doll, did you see yourself actually in that character?
Yeah, definitely saw myself, and when I watched it, I was like, well, this is crazy. Like, you know, I could see, because I remember what I did, and it was just really cool to see myself, like, and I was like, this reaction, and then she did that, and it was like, it looked like me, but it didn't look like me. It was just different. It was really cool. Yeah, the scene where they find me and I'm just crying, and I just remember doing these scenes. And but the one that's really like, I was like, oh my gosh, that's me. It was the one where I begged them to take me along on their adventure with them. Like, oh my gosh, I totally did that face. I was like, you're gonna leave me all alone? I was like, she started sniffling. I was like, oh my gosh, it looks like me.
You're fine.
You're gonna leave me alone
Look, you're fine.
on a road in the middle
All
of
you have to do is take the yellow brick road. You'll get there. It's crying again. What do I do? Oh, no. Off. Come on. Off. Off of there.
Please let me go.
Get off. No, get off of there. No dolls on the witch hunt.
Please
Fine.
let me go.
Fine. You want to come? Come. We'll all go. It'll be a big party.
Great. Let's go kill ourselves a witch.
Products, and we saw the limited edition China doll, and we heard that you didn't even get to get your own.
I know, they all sold out within like the first hour. And I was like, oh, darn it. I really wanted one, but I'm going to try to get my hands on one.
I'd imagine you should be able to get your hands on
I
one.
know, wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to talk to somebody and just be like, excuse me, can I please have one?
So did you actually get to keep anything from the set, anything from production?
Yes, actually, everyone at the very end of the shoot, everyone got a piece of the Yellow Brick Road. And it was engraved with Oz, the Great and Powerful, and it was numbered, like, which is like, I got with your cast number. So James got number 1, and I got number 6, so that was cool.
What about off time on the set? Obviously, I know you have to do school in between sets, but did you get to play on the sets, or?
Oh yeah, definitely. I got to run around the studio and all things like that, and I got to, you know, hang out with the cast and everything, and Sam, the director. James and Zach, though, were really fun. They were like my big brothers. They were always tease me, and they kind of took me under their wing, and so that was really fun.
Very cool. Which one was your favorite set to be on?
What do you mean?
Just as far as when you were filming on the different sets, you know, a lot of times.
Oh, right. I mean, my favorite was the Dark Forest.
Really?
Because it was just such a silly scene with me, Zach, and James. It was just a super fun scene that we always spook each other out, and that was probably one of my favorites.
Very cool. So you actually scare each other in the Dark Forest scene?
Well, we try. I don't know how well we succeeded, but it was also just fun to get to play around with them and hang out and you know, just do all the different scenes with them. And also Michelle. I did most of my scenes with Zach and James, and also just a little bit more with Michelle as well, and she's just so sweet. She's so nurturing. Like, she was the mom on set. She was great.
Did she give you kind of mentoring advice, or I mean, you said she was the mother?
She was always she was asking me about like what things I would have, like what privileges I had when I got older for Matilda. She was always so what age did you get a phone at? What age should Matilda get a phone at? So that was really funny, and she would always just talk to me about that kind of thing, and it was just, she's so sweet. She actually gave me the shoes I'm wearing right now for my wrap gift. She's just the best. I love her.
Very cute. With some silver slippers there for you.
Yes, my silver clogs.
Probably, I would say, one of the most unusual parts of making the movie is, I think, the puppet cam. I think this is a pretty unique aspect. I mean, what were some of the challenges, and how did you deal with working with that?
Well, you know, what they actually did was I was in this booth with Zach and I were in this, and they filmed my face, and they kind of attached my facial expressions onto this doll. And that was really cool to get to be part of this like motion capture kind of CGI thing, and also I got to work on set a lot too, and I just hide behind like different objects, and they would still film my face, so I wouldn't be in the scene, but I'd be in the scene. They would really just hear our voices because I had all had earpieces in, so they could hear our voices. Like sometimes Zach and I would play around with James, and be like, "Listen to your conscience, James." And he couldn't see us; he could only hear us. So yeah, Zach and I pranked each other a few times. He put a picture of himself from Scrubs on my my puppet booth door and signed it Zach Braff, and then I was like, okay, fair enough. So I put a picture of myself, like a headshot, and I signed it. Thanks for being a fan. Love, Joey King. And then I TP'd his booth.
Very nice.
And that was awesome. I was just like, yeah, this 1 for Zach, 2 for Joe, you know, things like that. So that was really cool. So we were always pranking each other, just having a good time, you know. It was all about just having a good time.
So what was it like actually seeing that marionette that they had? I mean, did you get to play with that?
You know, they had an amazing puppeteer on set, Philip Huber, and he was so good with that puppet. Everyone thought it was real. It was kind of funny because Sam, whenever he was giving me directions, he would go down to the puppet sometimes and be like, okay, so what I want you to do, I'd be like, Sam, I'm over here. So it was really funny because everyone like forgot that she was like a doll, and he was just so good at like manipulating with the strings and stuff.
Joey, thank you so much
You're welcome, thank you.
for taking the time to chat with us.
Awesome.